preschool friends. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a wonderful spring break and a happy Easter at home with their families. Today we're going to be starting our new unit on things that grow. Things that grow. We were learning about wind and water, and now we're learning all about things that grow. And our first story is called The Tiny Seed by Carle. The tiny seed. Just by looking at the front cover and the words in the title, The Tiny Seed, turn and talk to whoever you're with and talk about what you think the story might be about or what might happen. The tiny seed. Let's find out. It is autumn. Autumn. Autumn is another word for fall, the season fall, when the leaves change colors. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, 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 it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. There's that tiny guy. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. It's still hanging behind. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on it with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. There he is. One seed drifts down onto the desert. A desert. What do you think a desert is? I don't see any water there, any leaves. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow there. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. He's still going. Finally, the wind stops, and the seeds fall gently on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Phew! Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep on the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that lives in the ground eats a seed for lunch, but the tiny seed lies very still and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring, just like it's spring right now. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls, the seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. You see the tiny seed growing down there. He's taking his time. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. Oh no. We have to be careful when we're outside not to step on the plants. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbors grow even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Looks like somebody's picking that flower, huh? A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It's even taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. This part reminds me of when we read Jack and the Beanstalk, when the beanstalk grew taller than the people in the houses. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again, so it's fall time again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind, just like in the beginning. The end. Did you guys like this story? Turn and talk to whoever you're with and talk about your favorite part. Bye, friends.